Hi, thank you for watching Digging to China. I'm Dongxiong. In May, Chinese government announced that each couple could now have 3 children, and immediately it generated a buzz of online discussion. But the discussion was not about how excited Chinese parents were to embrace 3 children. Rather, it was primarily about why it isn't practical to have children, let alone 3 in modern China. One of the jokes online was like this: why would I want to have another kid when I have to look after 4 elderly parents, already 2 kids and potentially 4 grandchildren afterwards? State news agency Xinhua put up a simple online poll which drew more than 30,000 respondents. Overwhelming majority of them said they weren't considering having more children as a result of the new policy. The poll was soon deleted. As a matter of fact, many cities have conducted surveys since the 3-child policy was announced to gauge the public's reaction to the reforms, and the results have dismayed local officials. China's demographic crisis is the most telling in Wenzhou, a prosperous city on China's eastern coast. It is the very place that Beijing hoped the local residents would embrace the 3-child policy immediately. Wenzhou is known for its large, tight-knit families. During the one-child policy era, local parents gained a reputation for frequently breaking China's family planning laws. The city has had the highest birth rate in Zhejiang province for 20 years running. When China switched to a 2-child policy in late 2015, it produced instant results in Wenzhou. Around half the city's newborn babies over the past 5 years have been second children, a far higher rate than the national average. Yet, even in Wenzhou, the 3-child policy has hardly aroused any enthusiasm. Local authorities are resorting to subtle methods to try and generate enthusiasm. This summer, some 7th grade students in the city were ordered to write an essay. The subject: why my parents should give me another brother or sister. Why do Chinese couples not want children? There are a number of reasons. High education costs and extracurricular costs discourage couples. Houses in good school districts are extremely expensive. Childcare remains widely unavailable, leaving young parents to rely on their parents for child support. China's work environments remain incredibly competitive and involving grueling work hours for any want-to-be parents. Pregnancy discrimination is widespread. Women say they have been demoted or fired when they announce their pregnancy, or women have been forced to sign contracts that they will not get pregnant for a specific period of time. Therefore, many Chinese couples have only 1 child, maybe 2, but 3? No way. Even their children will say no. They are strongly against having a sibling. Many elementary school-age kids are quite financial savvy. They are already thinking about their inheritance, and they don't want to lose half of the family assets. As the only child, they enjoy all the love. On the next day, when 3-child policy was announced, the top 4 trending hashtags on China's Twitter-like platform Weibo were about the new 3-child policy. Each hashtag had a few 100 million views. One popular post under the hashtag "What changes the 3-child policy will bring" discussed how it would become harder for women to pursue a professional career. One post said, "If you aren't married, HR will worry whether you will need to take marriage leave. If you are married without children, HR will worry whether you will need to take maternity leave. If you are married with 1 child, HR will worry whether you will have a 2nd child. If you are married with 2 children, HR will worry whether you will have a 3rd child. If you are married with 3 children, HR will worry whether you can still manage work with 3 children." Many of these demographic problems are the same faced by countries such as Japan, where more than 28% of the population is aged 65 or older and the growth has stagnated. The primary economic consequence from an aging population is a lack of productivity. China is much poorer than Japan, so its productivity growth has more room to rise. But China is aging more rapidly than Japan and Western Europe, creating a problem that needs to be addressed quickly. Beijing is trying to address some of the social factors that are keeping birth low. In addition to allowing each couple to have 3 children, Chinese authorities have already banned much of the after-school private tutoring. The aim is to reduce the education costs. Beijing also plans to improve maternity leave and increase support for retirees, but it could be too little, too late. Demographers warn that China's population will begin to shrink in the next decade. It could derail the world's second largest economy with a far-reaching global impact. By 2050, as much as a third of China's population will be made up people over the age of 60, putting severe strain on state services and the children who bear the brunt of caring for elderly relatives. Nowhere is this trend more obvious than in China's Rust Belt, the northeastern region better known as Dongbei, which has the lowest birth rates in the country. The result of strict enforcement of family planning limits and the region's early development. For residents in Shenyang, the largest city in Dongbei in central Liaoning province, it's obvious why few families are willing to have more children: the economy. Dongbei offers an example of what is to come for the rest of the country. As an early industrial hub, the province unbanished quickly, with incomes and education levels several years ahead of the national average, and these are the factors that constraints on the birth rate. As other parts of the country go through similar stages of urbanization and economic growth, they are going through comparable declines. Song Li-ming is a researcher of the Population Research Institute at the Liaoning University. He says, "This is not just the Dongbei, but the whole country. You know what they say in economics? Development is the best birth control." So true. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Just click the subscribe button right here. I will see you again shortly.